Hey film fighters and film fans, I'm Matt Romery from filmfights.com, and ironically this week's fight is for lovers, not for fighters. This is Film Fights TV.
Film Fights TV. We set the rules, you make the films, you decide the winner.
Every 2 weeks, fighters are given a theme, a time limit, and a due date. Those brave enough to enter battle compete for your votes with the hopes of attaining immortality from the Film Fights Hall of Fame. Here at Film Fights TV, I'll go through each entry and I'll explain what I liked about it, and then I'll do my best to give you some suggestions of how you might be able to improve it. This week's fight was called Valentine's Day, and it challenged fighters to create an ode to someone or something that they love. Please don't forget to vote. It only takes an email confirmation, and it means the world to us fighters. This week's heavyweight fight is a head-to-head matchup between Radnot and Simon the Phantom Monk. Radnot is an up-and-coming fighter with a YouTube channel that has over 461,000 views and 969 subscribers. If you're a gamer, especially if you're into Super Smash Bros., you have to check it out. Radnot made his Film Fights debut in one of my favorite matchups of 2014, Flipping Tables. Unfortunately, he was defeated by Stern's Pictures 33-16 and is still looking for his first victory. This week, he faces off against a genuine film fighting legend, Simon the Phantom Monk. Fighting out of the UK, Simon's a fellow Film Fights TV host and stands at number 6 on the all-time leaderboard. A win this week would make him 7-6 overall and move him into the top 5 greatest film fighters in the history of the website. First up is Radnot, whose film is called Valentines Day Proposal.
Look, baby, there's something I gotta ask. We've been together for a long time, thick and thin, and I've been having real strong feelings for a real long time about wanting to maybe do something else. You're perfect for it. I think you're the one. Will you be my Valentine forever? Will you? Oh my God. Yes, of course I'll be your Valentine forever and ever. We've been together forever and ever already. It's perfect next step. Whoever, you look so good right now.
I loved this one. It's hard to tell a story in 30 seconds, but you were smart enough to use a tried and true method to structure it. A joke. You executed it beautifully, establishing a recognizable pattern of behavior, making us believe that it was a drama, then you flipped it on its head. The way you end is perfect. That abrupt cut to your logo, which is badass by the way, it's one of those editing moves that creates its own joke. It's always when a character's in the middle of saying something, usually rambling or stammering and going on and going nowhere. Now, it sucks that the suits over at filmfights.com are forcing me to find critiques because I'd be really creative to find any here. Some of the video is a little overexposed, but it does give that heavenly glow type effect that you might have been purposely going for. My most useful piece of advice, if you want to take down the Phantom and make it into the Hall of Fame, is to promote for the next few weeks. Try a few different things, beg your friends, engage people on Twitter, and you have a massive following on YouTube, so utilize that.
Will you be my Valentine forever?
Very funny, very well structured and executed video. Great job, and thanks for fighting with us. Next, we have Ode to My Passion by Simon the Phantom Monk.
L is for the laughter that you often bring. O is for objects you move without strings. V is for the visions that without you can't be. And E is for everything you've done for me. I love animation with a passion that's true, and I just can't imagine a world without you. Well, that's enough of the sugary stuff.
What a classic Monk film. Like the veteran fighter he is, Simon was smart enough to use a structural device to tell his story in just 30 seconds. But instead of a joke, he decided to use a poem. This fight is a great example for young film fighters to see how to keep it simple and tell a clear story with a beginning, middle, and an end. I loved the skeletons, the UFO, the mad scientists. What I would really like to see is if you had a big budget and lots of time on your hands. I really don't feel right criticizing this short because I loved it, but as I mentioned before, the suits at Film Fights are ruthless. So here we go. In the final shot of that extremely creepy scientist guy, I think the background could have used a little bit of light. It looked like you had two really interesting set pieces that could have been lit up to look very cool, and that shadow that appears in the upper left was a little distracting. Simon, well done. You've delivered another classic Monk flick. It was interesting, funny, entertaining. We really appreciate all your entries. Remember, the victor is determined by you, the voters. But here at Film Fights TV, I have to pick a winner, and this one was a coin toss. But I'm going with Ode to My Passion. I probably laughed harder at Valentine's Day Proposal, but I keep finding myself going back to watch Ode over and over again. There's just so much going on in only 30 seconds. It's completely unique. I like funny, but interesting will usually win my vote. Congratulations, Ode to My Passion. If you want to see my Film Fights videos, visit my personal virtual movie theater at CalusaDraftHouseCinema.com. Thanks for watching, and keep on fighting.